Good morning, everyone. This is Minister Crush here, and this morning I really just want to talk to you about being grateful. A lot of times we get the desire to focus on lack, focus on things that we don't have, um, and overlook all the blessings that we do have, all the blessings that we've been given. We have a tendency to focus on lack, focus on scarcity, focus on what we don't have. We think that if we continue to focus on that, it will change the situation. But in the truth of it, it actually reinforces that situation. It actually keeps us in that mindset of poverty, of not having, of scarcity. But when we turn to be grateful, when we turn to gratification, we begin to, it opens our eyes to all the things that have been around us the whole time. The fact that we have a place to live or a place to lay our head. I mean, the fact that we have food to eat, like clothes on our backs. Especially being in America, I don't think we understand how rich we are compared to large parts of the world. They don't have the things that we have, but we continue to focus on lack and continue to focus on what we don't have. It causes us to do a lot of things that keep us in debt, keeping up with the Joneses. You get the idea that, well, I don't have this, and because I don't have this, I'm not complete, I'm not whole. And one thing I notice about myself is that I'm never satisfied. When I want something and I get it, I'm like super excited about having it, and I'm using it all the time, and whatever the case may be, for about a month. And then the next thing I know, I use it less and less and less and less. And then eventually I don't use it at all. And it's just there. It's something that I have now. But when I didn't have it, it seemed like I needed it. It was going to change my life. It was going to transform things. It was going to make things better. For example, like you want a car, you really want a new car, and you have a new car in mind, and then when you get that car and you're so stoked about having that car, and you're driving that car, you're showing everybody around, a month goes by, 2 months, 6 months later, it's just the car you have. It's not, you don't have that same excitement about it. You're glad that you have a car, but a year in, they're gonna have another model, a newer model, something better, and honestly, we have a tendency to want that newer model, even though we have a perfectly good car now, and we wanted the car that we have now, and so we have to get our minds off of what we don't have and keep our eyes off of what other people have and focus on what we have. Focus on how blessed we are. And another thing that I notice about that is when we focus on lack, it also causes us to not realize the many gifts that we have within ourselves. We see someone who can sing and we're like, man, I wish I could sing like that person. But we have a gift to write, and we can write poetry, books, songs. But we don't see that as a gift. We don't see it as a blessing because it's coming from me. If someone else is doing it, oh, we can see how wonderful how we can praise how great they are. But because we have this feeling that just because it comes from me, it's not as great or powerful. And it keeps us in that state of lack. We're looking at other people, we're looking at the gifts that they have. And then when we see them doing the same gifts, the same things that we possess. It works for them. It makes sense for them, but it never makes sense for us. Because we're always in that state of poverty mindset, that lack mindset. We think that we can't be successful. We think that what I can do, everyone can do. And that's not the truth. That is not the case. There's things that you can do that most people cannot do. But because we're not focused on gratefulness, we don't see that as the truth. There's things that I can do that a lot of people cannot do. But because it's me, I don't see it as valuable. Because it's you, you don't see it as valuable. Let's change our mindset to gratitude and be grateful for the things that we have. And when we become grateful, we begin to see the value of it more and more each day. When we become grateful, we can see not that I have the car I want, but also the fact that I have a car and some people don't have cars. We live in a small apartment, and instead of saying that I'm grateful that I have an apartment, we don't realize that there are people that don't have a roof over their head. Be grateful. Let's get into the mode of gratefulness. And when you become grateful, you start to see the many blessings around. You can look out the window and you can see the birds outside. You can see the sun shining, or if the sun's not shining, you can see the rain falling for the plants and the grass and things to grow. Like, the one thing I know I can do for myself is I can make myself look, but I can't make myself see. Only God can make me see. I can make myself listen, but only God can make me hear. There's so many blessings that we have, and until we realize that there are people that don't have those gifts. There are people that cannot see. There are people that cannot hear. People that cannot walk. People that cannot talk. When you get down to that level and start realizing all of these things that you are blessed with, not having the car that I want seems insignificant. It seems almost very petty. Like it's not important anymore. What's important is a heart of gratefulness. So let's focus on being grateful. I'm grateful that I even have the ability to turn on my phone and talk on this video. Even though some fear, some trepidation may come with it, but I'm doing it and I can do it. It's something I can do, and I'm grateful for that. Let's get into the mode of being grateful for all the blessings that we have, all the blessings that we've been given, and not stay in that mindset of lack. Move away from that mindset that it's just me, that what I have has no value, that what I can do has no value. Because it's all valuable. What you have, what you know, what you can do has value. And it probably has great value to someone else who can't do it. Maybe it's an opportunity for you to show someone what you can do and teach someone what you can do. One thing I've learned about being grateful is it gives me a heart to not just focus on self, focus inwardly, but to focus on others and the needs of others and become hyper intentional on how to help others. Because I'm so grateful for what I have and what I've been blessed with, I really want others to be blessed too. Not I'm no longer so self-focused, no longer self-centered, no longer thinking of only me. It gives me the capability to think of others, to think of the problems that they need solving, and become hyper intentional about solving others. That in itself is part of the purpose and plan that God has designed us for. The gifts, the blessings, the things that we have are not as much for ourselves as they are for others. We are blessed to be a blessing. If you have the gift to sing, how much does it serve if you're the only person that hears you sing? You have that gift to share with others, to be a blessing to others. If you can dance, if you would play an instrument, all those things don't really serve you as much as they serve others. They can benefit you, absolutely. Many people have used their gifts and talent to make money, but they make money because in their talents, they're providing a service to someone else. I was always told that all the money that you need and that you want and desire is in someone else's pocket. You can take that information how you want to and use it however you want to. Some people use it for good, some people use it for bad. But it's still true regardless of the fact. And if I want to use my gift to serve others, and by me serving others, they pay me for it, that's also a blessing. But that can't happen if I focus on what I don't have. That can't happen if I focus on lack. That can't happen if I'm not grateful for what I have and what I've been giving, and use what I've been given to bless and serve others. One thing that should stand out to us when it comes to Jesus, when he came to earth, he came as a servant. He came to serve. And that should show us that we are to do the same. We are to serve just like he served.